Okay, we got the cartridges in for this V45 Vickers double pump. And I just want to verify, we kept these in here, check the rotation and everything. The pins are all the same. Brand new cartridges. And we just want to double check the height's all the same. Yep, pins are the same. The vanes are going the right direction. The cam's the right direction. Okay, let's check this one. Fine splines in that. It's a high pressure. You just want to keep these to check it. Okay, so this one, let's see here. Is this the right direction? No, it's not. Damn it. Okay, good thing I checked this. They sent me a right-hand rotation. Well, this needs to be a left-hand. Okay. Because of what happens, I'll have to show you, inside this pump, they face like this. So this one can't be a right-hand rotation, which it is. So good thing you check that, because you put this thing together and it won't work. So I want to show you that. Good thing to check that. That's why you keep the old ones. Verify this thing's been sitting here for a week or so, or 2 weeks. And yeah, so we're going to just open this up and look at it and then correct the rotation on it. See, I can already tell this one's, you can tell by the way the bolts are. So let's just go through that. Let me get my ring compressor and show you. That's a big deal. That could be a real problem if you don't understand that, or if you send it back. So what they normally do, unless you specify that you need a left and a right, they usually just come with right-hand rotation. So just to verify this, I'm going to take this one off and look at the way the cam is sitting in here. Again, this is from experience doing this. The way this pump's configured, they're opposite. So I'm going to pump that off and set that down like that. We're going to take this new one, so we know that these bolts are going to have to go the other way, the way the cam is here. I always do this to verify the way those rings are turning. So here's a new one. Okay, you can see it's brand new plate in there. Set it down, but see, the problem is now these bolts go over here, because you can go left or right hand with these. This could be a single pump too, that's why. So I'm going to set that in there, keep that down. Now what the problem is, the cam's wrong, and so are the way the vanes are. So the cam's going to go like, flip it over, it'll be like that. But you also have to turn the rotor over. Don't drop all these deals in here. Flip it over and set it down on there. Okay, because you need the vanes going the correct direction, right-hand rotation. So we're going to put this in here and double check, just like the old one. I'm going to change the rotation on this. And then we're going to pop this in like this. Here, just snug it. Then we're going to use our ring compressor. Now I can see that this thing is, just want to check the way the vanes are. Yep, that's correct. Just going to put this one back here. It's the old one, we're putting brand new. Start these. start your bolts, and then I take a piston ring compressor, and I do this, tighten this up to get this true so it goes in the cavity. Just you can gut these. This is regular ring compressor. You can get these at Harbor Freight. We use them quite often just for this. I'm going to snug this down. You just snug these pretty good. You don't over tighten them. Okay, now we got the ring compressor. Take that off. Double check the cam's going right this time. The vanes are going the correct direction. Same thing on the big cartridge. That's right. The bolts are right on this. The pins are right. So I'm going to set these out of the way. Those are the old ones. We got the new seals here for these. Set that there. Okay. I'm not going to like go into everything on this because I've shown this quite a bit. I will show doing the seal again in this because this is another problem. We've already washed this thing out. I want to show this seal what we do because I run this problem with these new shaft seals. Now I put a little Loctite around here. I've had these things seep. It's just rubber. And I found that putting a little Loctite around the edge and then putting it in, I haven't had any problems after doing that. So let me just show that one more time, and then I'll get this thing assembled. But you see what happened there with the rotation. When you buy these new cartridges, don't assume they're right when you get them from these guys. You put this pump is a spare. And then what they're going to do is they're going to end up putting this on their shelf, and then when the other one goes out, they'll go and grab this thing, put it on, and if I just slap that new cartridge in there, it would be over. That's why you got to really understand what's happening with these things. And it's because of the way this is they're flipped around inside this cavity, so they can't be both, with the way they turn, they're not the same rotation. So I'm just going to, I put a little bit, you got to be careful, you don't want to get anything on the seal part. So I'm just going to take a little on my finger here, and I'm going to go around the outside of this a little bit. It seems to had this happen a couple times where we just put pressed it in with this rubber, and it seeped. Not a lot, but it seeped out of there. And I don't want that happening ever again, so we made a correction here. Let's put a little bit on here. So this is some blue Loctite. And then you're going to wipe it out. Make sure you don't get any on the shaft seal itself, where it seals on the shaft. Okay, you can kind of see it's light in there. And then I'm going to set it down. I'm going to set that down, and then I'm going to put my little aluminum press plate in here. Kind of start that. Now I'm going to use this thing. You can use a press too, but I just punch it down with this. Make sure it goes in now. I'll double check it with a metal hammer. Make sure it's seated all the way down. This is not mandatory. This is from experience thing. Okay, you can see all the blues in there. I'm going to wipe that out. It's all seated down. I think you can see that. Make sure there's nothing on the shaft. Get a good look at that. There's nothing on it, so what I'm going to do is take a little bit of red grease and work on there. You don't want to bang on these. There's a little spring in there, that stiffener that goes around the lip, and you know, I've seen those knocked out. I've done a lot of these, so I've learned how to solve some of these problems. I just showed you the one. So then this washer sits over the seal. Okay, I've already replaced this bearing. I showed that in our previous video. Brand new Timken bearing. Right here, the shaft seal. When you put this in here, you're going to kind of roll it in. You're not going to, you don't just start slamming it, because, okay, it's got like an airlock on it. So what I'll do is I'll take it over to my arbor press. It's got an airlock in there. It's real tight. So we'll press in with the arbor to get it all the way down. See, it keeps wanting to come up because of it's got an air pocket in there. So I might have to end up take the spy ring and try to put that in there while I got that down. It's trying to come out from the air pocket. So we'll put that down here. It's not going to be easy. I don't have my... So I put this ring in there, and then I'm going to check that. The other thing is you're going to look at this shaft with your inspection light, make sure you didn't roll that seal. Take your inspection light, look in there, make sure you didn't roll it, because I've seen even from the factory, I bought 6 pumps one time, and one of them had a rolled seal, and we had to install them. And I didn't have the seal kit, and I called the factory up, and oh no, we test them. Well, they're full of shit. I said, just send me the damn seal kit, I'll do it myself. I got to put this thing on. And they're trying to tell me they tested. Well, there's no way, because the seal was rolled out, whoever assembled it. So I'm just telling you, you got to watch for that. So it's in there, new bearing in that. And now I'm going to assemble all this. Not going to go make a long video about it on this one, because I've done it before. You can look in there and see some of the other ones. That's the main two things. You're going to check these cartridges. You got to check the heights. I mean, they're seeing all kinds of stuff. This is a high pressure cartridge. It's different than a standard one, and the height is different. And you'll get an 1/8 inch gap in there, and the whole thing's different. You got to have the right one and check the height. And this one has fine splines in it versus some of them have coarse. Okay, so we'll conclude this video here. Just wanted to show you that, a few tips to look for. I might have to go into more in depth on the cartridge saying, because it seems to be a real problem. I have to do a better video on it. Stand by.